right, we're back. So, we are entering the SHMUP block. Oh. I know how technology work. I'm on tech crew, so I get yelled at by Jared when things don't go right. But joining us for this block, and you can't see me in the camera because I'm hiding behind the mic. We've got Brian playing Parodius, which we're kicking off the SHMUP block. Brian, you want to talk a little bit about why you chose Parodius as one of your games?
Well, I chose it because I think it's by far one of the most entertaining things to watch, because it's pretty ridiculous. It's a, I guess you call it a cute-em-up, as I've learned. Mm-hmm. So, like, this is one of those things when I was, like, 10 or 11, I would have looked at this game and went the other way. Because I'm like, I don't want to fly with pigs and Vegas dancers and kitty cat pirates and stuff like that. It wasn't cool enough, right? It wasn't sci-fi enough.
Right.
But then later, much later in life, I've tried these things and I realized these are really hard and they're actually really good. So, twofold right there.
Right.
And Parodius was it was kind of like a mocking of Gradius and a couple of other shmups that I don't even know, and franchises and all these things from Konami. So it's quite fascinating. It's quite ridiculous. Play through it. Now, I don't usually play the story mode, campaign mode. There's a 2-minute, as they call it, lollipop mode. That is just like a 2-minute score chase, and that's usually what I do. So maybe I'll do that too. We'll see.
Well, we've got 3 games in this little segment. We've got a half hour to get through them. The other 2 games, we have Twin Bee and Giga Wing, which we'll talk more about when we switch over. So why don't you go ahead and fire it up?
All right. Let's see. I'm going to pick...
Oh, the Vic Viper is in this?
Yeah, you got the Gradius Viper, you got the
right.
Octopus from something, Twin Bee from Twin Bee, and a penguin from something.
Penguin and the octopus are obviously parody characters.
Or they're from some other franchise that I am unaware of, which is fair. But...
octopus are pretty common in joke humor and anime and things like that.
Okay, fair enough. And I usually go auto. Now you can do it Gradius Life Force style and choose what you want, but I just like to roll with it.
So for those who aren't familiar with why we call this the SHMUP block, it's the shoot-em-ups, right? I think we mentioned that in the last block a little bit, but these are also commonly known as bullet hell shooters, right? And I believe that this is on the lower end of the bullet hell.
I would concur.
So we're really looking at a game that's, kind of side-scrolling. There's a bunch of things coming at you. I mean, nowhere near as chaotic as what you're going to see in the next 2 games.
That's for sure.
And as you said, this was a cute-em-up, right? So these were kind of a joke game. They would just kind of crank out, put into the arcades to suck up quarters. And in Japanese culture, there's a lot of obsession with cute that we don't necessarily have in the West. But Konami put this as a tongue-in-cheek parody of Gradius, which was one of their highest-selling arcade games at the time. So, this first area, obviously we're shooting fish because we're fighting on pirates. I'm not sure what the storyline is here. Can you talk a little bit about the power-ups? Because obviously you're picking up power-ups. What does that do in this game?
It just upgrades your weapon.
Well, you're playing Gradius.
It's effectively playing Gradius.
Yes, it's essentially Gradius. And it's got some of the same weapons. And if I was in the Vic Viper, it would be the same power-ups that you see in Life Force and Gradius and all that kind of stuff. So, it just... Oh, that wasn't good.
First death to bees.
Was it to bees? Or was it one of the thing? Okay.
Bees!
So, outside of getting Brian to come in and play some shmups with us, and Jared's going to play some games competitively and cooperatively with him here in a minute, I wanted to call out that this is kind of our 4-score reunion, right? We haven't really, the 3 of us have a history with the 4-score name. And, Jared, do you want to talk a little bit about where that concept came from?
It started with Brian giving me some trash talk and
I'm good at that.
and putting our skills to the test with some friendly gaming competitions, which we've done 4 of. Which the last one was in 2016, which you saw on the donation tracker. is where we did our first live stream sort of charity thing.
Yep.
To date, though, Brian may have the golden joystick as the most recent winner. However, we are 2-2 tied up. So
I do have it, and I intended to bring it. It was one of those things I'm like, I should totally bring that today, and we can have a friendly wager for it or something like that, and I failed to bring it.
So
But, yeah.
just by default, he's managed to maintain the
I
joystick
think
for
Indeed.
4 or 5, 6 years.
It's
It's
I've
like
lost
23
years,
years
yeah.
he's had the joystick. You know, and he keeps not coming over whenever we do anything competitive, so he can keep the joystick.
Okay, what are you fighting right now?
I don't know. I think it's a bird chicken.
It's a pirate,
Oh, okay.
It's the king pirate chicken.
and you're shooting its belly button. That's its weak spot.
I mean, that's
Because it's an Audi.
That's pretty normal, right? Hey, I got an Audi,
So
and
we're
it
seeing
is
a little bit of
sensitive.
the bullet hell here. Is this a multi-stage boss or a single-stage boss?
You're in space.
The levels are kind of free-flowing.
Interesting. So that's an interesting design choice for a SHMUP. Because traditionally, if you've got these types of shooters, you're fighting through multiple stages where you knock off parts of the enemy and all of that. But
So these bells, too, are from Twinbee, which if we're going
yeah.
to play that, we'll see. It's like you can... you get the bells. If you shoot the bells, they kind of bounce around, and they can change color. If you grab them when they change color, you get like a super power-up. And if you grab them when they're normal gold, you just get points. So it kind of depends what you're chasing.
so
It's really hard when you have like a bunch of...
John McDaniels reminds us that the octopus
Lock me, baby.
shooter-
Knock me, baby.
No sushi
like an
tonight?
octopus.
Nope.
Shaving is boring. No sushi tonight? Teeth in my soup?
Nice soup.
Oh.
No reverse
Now
gear.
we're fighting clowns in space.
Facebook, man.
Oh no, they're over Tokyo City.
They're still terrifying.
That's right. If you're afraid of clowns, you might want to turn away.
4 presents that are on fire.
Bees that get mean. If you're allergic to bees, look away.
Bees. You know, we have a bee problem around here. It seems to keep coming up.
I got the big fat bees in my yard.
Okay, nice segue.
We're at your discretion, Brian. So you've got
whenever you
30
wanna switch
minutes.
over
You
to
can
Twin
switch over
Beam.
whenever. You said you're going to play 3 games in a 30-minute spot. So
Oh, was I given 30 minutes? All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we were being gracious.
Yeah, we'll play through this a few times, see how far I get. I can show you lollipop mode as well on this. That's probably my favorite, because that's just 2 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah, like you said, with Twin Bee, it's a little bit more of a...
And Twinbee we could play at the same time if we needed to.
This looks actually. It looks easier than a normal Gradius game.
Yeah,
Is it?
Just a weird
No.
arms
No.
thing. That
I would
monster is
argue.
hideous.
I would argue it's not.
Okay, what's
any
happening?
easier.
That is a showgirl.
What's
monster.
happening?
Oh.
This is not.
Because-
Are we still in the
What?
the block of shame?
Yeah, I think we're wrapping up the block of shame with our first shooter of the day. There are some shooters we probably could have shown that would have fit in the block of shame with some of their weirdness. But yeah, that spider walking showgirl.
Oh! Should have gone through her legs. Not stayed under her. That's a bad place to be. You don't want to be under the showgirl.
Well, depends.
Oh, does it?
This is a family-friendly stream, my friends.
Is it? Really?
Yes.
Is it still?
Was it ever?
I'm trying so hard.
Not what I was told.
The walk animation is
Isn't that awful?
It's very
incredibly
spider-like. It's
creepy.
like they-
terrifying?
Yeah.
It's like they took a spider enemy and just redrew the sprites to make it look like a showgirl. So what happens when you blow one of her legs off? Never mind. I don't
can't
think I
shoot-
want to go here.
Yeah, that got really, really close there, my friend.
I mean, come on. What do you expect me to do with this?
It's the feet. Look at the feet.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
god,
like
it's
hand
so
feet.
creepy.
Penguin's what's gonna get me.
Penguin. In
After all
this
this,
situation,
the penguin's what's gonna kill me.
Yeah, so is that a single hitbox? So it's not like it loses limbs, right? You just have
There
to.
is no hitbox.
What?
It's
Okay.
just surviving.
Yes. The penguins are the
Oh,
problem.
because you get out of the area where
Yeah.
the creature is. Okay, that makes sense.
we must suffer again.
You just have to survive for a while.
However long the dance lasts, my friend.
The dance.
Okay.
Spider dance. Alluring spider dance.
So Brian, you are a shmup fan. Can you tell us, like, and you've also made some
for
shmups,
Pete's
right?
sake.
You've made some shmups.
Yeah.
What draws you to the genre of shmups?
I've thought about that. Am I man, woman, or other?
That's very progressive that it had that
That is
option.
progressive.
Is
in
it?
the,
Yeah, I
what
guess
year
so.
did-
1985.
Yeah, 1985.
Interesting. Why does your gender play into your high score, though? That's what I'm wondering.
It's so when you walk into the arcade. Actually,
I'm actually
Do they
surprised.
show you different, like...
I mean, it's very
other.
progressive. Like, not only is there other, but there's also woman for 1985. I mean, just assume that, like,
And then why did you choose at the bottom?
I don't know.
Oh, those were your choices.
it's some sort of. It
so it
sets
is
my
part
sex.
of the one-ups or
It's
the
part of the high score thing.
so
So when Jared comes back, he will see mine at the top. But
are you going to show us?
I'll show you the lollipop mode.
Yeah.
I'm much better at that.
and then we'll move on to the
We can do the
2D
next
and
one.
Giga
Yeah,
Wing.
but as far as shmups, I've thought about that before, and I think it's just because when I got my Nintendo, I was into spaceships and sci-fi and the whole thing. So those are the games I naturally went to, and a lot of those were shmups. Like Life Force is like one of my all-time favorite games. Any of those Konami, even like the Jackals and stuff, it's all just shooting. It's just different.
So
theme,
arcade
right?
or early NES?
Early NES.
Any
stuff.
favorite developer of shmups? You've got Treasure, who's made a few. You've got Cave. You've got Konami.
So
Call back to yesterday, one of our roulette games was made by Treasure.
Treasure, yeah.
I don't think, to me, like, I guess Konami is where it mostly is at for the classic stuff. But if you're talking like your shmup, your bullet heli stuff, your treasures and your caves, I don't think can be beaten. Just because it's ridiculous.
All right, here's another question for you. Is it Gradius or R-Type?
Oh, I hate R-Type.
I was gonna say,
I really
R-Type's
do.
the one that's got 37 games in it, right?
I'm not a fan of R-Type. And despite this being a horizontal shooter, I'm
Weird faces.
much more a fan of the vertical ones.
You've got your vertical shmups, your side-scrolling shmups. You've got all kinds of shmups.
Well, and again, weird call-outs. You mentioned the Vic Viper, Life Force, Radius. That's also tied into the Zone of the Enders series.
Is it really?
Yes.
I did not know that. And Zone of Enders was Kojima.
Kojima, yep.
Metal Gear Solid. I did not know that.
One thing about shmups too, I guess, later in life shmups, I discovered the world of these like score time chasers, where a lot of these games, arcade and even the ports to like PC Engine and stuff like that, they had like 2-minute and 5-minute modes score chasing.
Yeah,
And
Caravan mode.
yeah, I just absolutely love that concept.
I like how you just said later in life. For those that are getting older in life, you might want to consider a later in life shmup.
I was going to say, is there a genre of shmups for people over 60? Because if you're worried about your mental capacity degrading and your eye-hand coordination fading, play shmups.
Retire at Schmuppy Pines retirement
Pines.
home.
Got a stinking foot?
Where's my wallet? Bed and breakfast. Any speed limits? Lock me, baby.
What does that even mean?
Lock me, baby.
I can only imagine what what the original word is supposed to be and what this translated into.
You got a donation?
Donation? Oh, I got a donation. Alright, looking at the donations. We have an anonymous donation from $13. And then we have a donation from John McDaniel for $3.25. I think my thing may not be up to date. For the Pugmire donation incentive. Do we have a Pugmire donation incentive? I didn't even see that. Ah, okay. This is how on the ball it is. This is my first hosting gig on this run, and I'm not sure how this all works.
What distinguishes lollipop mode here?
It's just a 2-minute caravan.
Okay.
We've got to be over 2 minutes, though, right?
Possibly. Maybe it's not 2 minutes. It's a fixed.
It's a fixed
Fixed
stage.
stages.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just done.
Because the enemies looked like they were different than when you were playing in the
Yeah, it's
weird face hugger crab things. It's not creepy at all.
a lot. Well, the thing is, like, the games that we had over here were not. They didn't offer like this caravan mode offering. Somehow I've gathered it's a very Japanese thing. So all the Star Forces and the Konami shooters we had didn't have such things.
Alright, so we do have more recent one. So there's another $20 from Anonymous. It says that looks awfully even. So we've still got our war of the values happening.
The brotherly war, because the McDaniel brothers are odd and even, and so are the Cherrett bros, apparently, so.
So Keep is still in the lead on the Fate of John's Beard. 17-9-8-12. That's an even number. Whereas the Cut is also an even number. Indirectly. Not quite, it's an odd number. So it's 16-45-48. We've met all of our targets for bonus games. We have an unannounced bonus game that we're going to be releasing here soon. But we did hit the Pepsi Man target for those of you who maybe didn't see it this morning.
Oh yeah, beverage block.
Beverage block has been expanded by the great Pepsi Man game, which is one of our favorites for the beverage block. All right, so I think we've got a hang on this. Do you want to slide over to Twin B?
It's almost over. This level's almost done here now. Giggling ought to be good too. Twin B's frankly a lot of the same as this. But... kill these guys.
Yeah. I'm a little quieter.
That's a first.
I'll just put this right here. No, you can't move my head. It's kind of cool.
Wake up!
And chat signs we can't hear you, which I don't think everybody
Oh my god.
has actually looked forward to.
That's it's a phrase I never thought I'd hear. People asking to hear Sean. Oh no, I got the super giant. And that's that. That's lollipop mode right there.
Let's get set up.
All
Were we
right.
doing Twin P or Giggling first?
Your choice.
All right, we're going to go to the setup cam while
Let's
we
do
do this.
Giggawing.
So we got to swap
it's at
out
least
the
something a
technology.
little different.
So bear with us.
Or do we go to Twin B and then blow their minds with Gigawing? No.
Look, if people want to mute Sean, then they're going to donate for it.
Totally.
It'll switch over automatically.
Oh. I do? Of course I do. I'm a pro. Need the pro controller.
Pro control.
I've never used them. This is going to throw my game off.
All right. You ready?
We'll see about that.
All right, we've done the hardware switch over. And we're going to get into some playing Twin Bs.
This is Gigawing.
Gigawing. All righty.
This is a true bullet hell, my friends.
Yeah, this is an intense game.
Yes.
Okay.
And this takes place in a steampunk setting, right? So
I believe so.
I don't think I've played this one.
That's Pro Gear. Pro Gear is a steampunky thing. I don't know. This is like there's like...
I thought you had to choose. You have like 4 aircraft you can choose from.
There are. Okay.
So actually, is this the first re-release of this, like on consoles in the Capcom collection?
I believe so.
I remember
Yeah,
there was a
I'm
couple in
pretty
there
sure.
that were. Okay.
Yeah, so we got these. This is like airplanes. I guess it is steampunk.
Yeah, so it's like Area 88 or one of the, in this era of shmups from the vertical shooters, you often got a choice of slightly different aircraft that had different statistical advantages.
Shots. It's basically the distribution of your shots, whether they're straight, spread.
And sometimes your
focused.
survivability also,
Yeah.
right? Where you'd get a special maneuver, like your bomb would be different based on which system or which aircraft you chose. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff on these screens, so it's going to get really spammy here in a minute.
Yeah, if you do have any photosensitivity
that's the wrong
issues,
button.
you might want to turn away for this game.
Oh, that's a horrible button to put that in.
So there's one thing in shmups that we didn't really focus on in Parodius, but like you've got bomb management. Bomb management, and then you also want to collect all these gems because this is what drives up your multiplier and score. You've got to shoot them, but not only do you have to shoot them, you have to collect the thing.
And the challenge for most players when they first start playing shmups really is around the visual clutter.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll notice the explosions are bright and they take up screen. There's all of these enemies. And in the middle of that, usually layered, you'll find bullets, right? So you've got a risk versus reward kind of thing.
In the middle, there's bullets.
Where you're trying to pick up these awards, or you're trying to pick up the power, or you're getting multipliers. At the same time, everything's exploding and they're shooting at you. So that's one of the things I've always loved about shmups is that it's visual chaos.
It's good for those that need that much
Stimulation,
yeah. I tend not to actually focus on my character or ship in a shmup. I'm focusing like ahead. I don't even pay attention because everything generally moves at the same speed from the top down.
Yeah.
You just have to kind of understand where the patterns are.
Well, I think the key for me in getting good at these is it's a dodge game.
Yeah, this is a dodge.
You're focusing on the
You're
bullets.
not focusing on what you're shooting, you're focusing on what
you
you're
don't
dodging.
really have to worry about what you're shooting because you're always going to be shooting something, right? Like that's a given.
What? You're going to be shooting something in a shmup?
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about hitting anything. You do not have to try to hit anything specific.
And later on in the genre, they introduced some nice changes like having colored or attuned bullets, right? So you think of Ikaruga, which is a classic, right?
Another treasure game.
Another treasure game. You have to swap between modes because you're immune to one color bullet but not the other color bullet. And
I don't think anybody's actually tried anything like that. There's one for the Switch. I'm trying to think of what it is, where there is some of that, but really nobody's done it as good or as well as Ikaruga. I would agree.
And it's been released like 7 times.
Yeah, I
right?
think I've bought
Ikaruga
I think I've bought it 7 times.
Ikaruga is the Skyrim of shmups.
Skyrim of shmups, yep. It's shmupperim? No, that doesn't work.
But it's dreadfully difficult.
It
That's the
is.
thing. I don't know. To me,
But it has the other thing about shmups is like they have a ton of different modes. Usually they have a lot of modes for like easy, medium, difficult. So you can start off on easy mode and also just do infinite continues to kind of just learn it.
Yeah, it depends what you're getting at. Like, whenever I approach any kind of shmup, especially if it's one I've never really played before and just been trying, it's like, first goal is to just get through the thing. I'm not worried about score. And then the second time I go through it, it's all about score. Because at the end of the day, it's really not difficult to get to the end of a shooter. You just keep grinding and you'll get it.
Well, and another piece that's, again, when we talk about the variant, look right there, you're seeing that kind of spray of bullets and stars. Now, some of them are destructible or can be shot off, and some can't, right? So knowing those fight mechanics.
Yeah, the trick to Giga Wing that what attracted me to it when I first found it
Look at
was
that score.
I don't know,
insane.
and there's no commas, so it's impossible to know what my score is. Is the shield reflecting that my ship has. So if I hold down the button here, hang on, I'm gonna start shooting at it.
So that's your limited invulnerability.
Yeah, it's like it bounces back bullets, and bullets you bounce back, get you more points or something like that. But then you have a cooldown period to use that again before it goes back.
So again, resource management becomes a critical factor.
And of course you have your...
And the world doesn't have height
Gotcha.
because it's a vertical scroller.
Yeah, there's no.
So you can't fly above these things.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if any shmups have actually done sort of any depth perception.
All right. Do you want to move on and do
Twin
Twin
B?
B?
Sure.
We're sitting at 3 minutes.
Do Twin B?
So Zero Wing is. I mean, there's not many. You don't really hear about Capcom shooters anymore.
I don't know that Capcom's making shooters anymore.
Well, I mean, obviously nobody's making shmups in 2022, but I mean, like,
It's just a shame. It's
you
all
don't really
indie
hear them in the
shmups.
conversation anymore in terms of shmups. I mean, and I think they haven't re-released a lot of their stuff in a long time.
Something new to play.
There's something new to play.
Uh-oh, I hope it didn't rotate out last
Oh,
night.
Rival Turf.
Nothing rotates out of the Switch Online. That's a common misconception. Sean's looking at me.
Yes, I am. I do that a lot. So, interesting piece of information about Twinbee. First off, it's a super cute shooter. Again, vertical.
And this is Hudson?
This is Hudson Soft, and there's another game some of you probably played because Sega released it. It was called Fantasy Zone. Came out in the same era. Or it was a year later, I think, that Fantasy Zone came out. And this is running on the same hardware, I believe, as like the Bubble Bobble games.
There's a whole bunch of, as I found these, there's a long lineage of Twinbee.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of them. There's audio dramas that tell the story of Twinbee. And there's anime adaptions for Twinbee.
This is another cute 'em up, and we've got the bells back from Parodius. Although this is where they originated.
Well, this is where they originated, yeah.
I don't know what the button is to shoot the pineapples. Not the sentence I expected to say today, but...
How do you shoot the pineapples?
Yeah, you gotta ground shoot them.
Yeah.
So this one does have depth.
Yeah. Yeah, but not in where you are in the plane. It's more about what your targets are.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you'll have shmups that have a laser, which is your air, and then sometimes you have like air-to-ground missiles that will take care of your ground targets.
And you talk about the cute-em-ups. I mean, there's a bunch of horizontal and vertical cute-em-ups like this. There's somewhere like you're a witch flying on a broom, and you're fighting magical creatures, and there's dragons, and a lot of non-traditional, not just all spaceships and tanks, and 1942, 1943 clones. There's really a lot of variety visually in the genre, but they pull on a lot of the same constraints.
Yeah. With Twinbee here too, the different colored bells mean different power-ups. Like one of them will speed you up, one of them will slow you down, one of them will give you a shield, one of them will give you like a little chase ghost guy. And it's like when I started playing these, I realized you had to really know. You also had to just remember what color gave you what power-up. Otherwise, you'd be sunk and you wouldn't have the right stuff. But a lot of these games, and I think it's this one, are also, they give you a way to get very powered up. But then if you die later on and your power-ups are stripped, it's like, oh.
It's impossible to
yeah, it's the wall just hits. So it's like the lower levels are easy to get you going, but then the expectation, I guess, is that you are able to maintain because you're super jacked. But if you're not...
and so much is relying on things like multipliers. Right?
Oh, yeah.
For your score, especially when you're doing a score target. So what we'll do is we'll play through this to the boss level at the end, or boss at the end,
okay.
And then we'll switch over to our next segment. So we're giving you a little bit of extra time, because we're continuing the SHMUP block, but it'll be with some co-op shmups, right?
A co-op game and one competitive game for the next section of the SHMUP block. So I think we'll start with Wild Guns.
Yes!
Which is a cooperative
fun
game.
Western shooter.
Yeah.
That game.
Which I did practice for like 5 minutes the other day, so I remembered the controls.
Well, we're playing the Reloaded one?
Yeah,
okay,
we'll be playing Reloaded for Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Wild Guns was... I never had a Super Nintendo. And one of my friends had Wild Guns, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
Wild Guns is one of those, like, kind of a hidden gem in the SNES library.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gotten a lot more popular in the most recent years, but...
The remaster is a really good upgrade.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
New characters...
But it was just this sweet spot of like science fiction and like Western shooty and steampunkish kind of robot future.
Wild
So it's
West.
Firefly the Shmup?
Or Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
That classic of cinema.
The landmark of cinema, Wild Wild West.
Oscar worthy.
Oh wait, I mean the TV show. That's what I meant. The TV show. Which makes me even older, thanks for that.
So I never had it. It was one of those things I forgot about for the longest time until they put it on the Switch. And I was like, ooh, that one. I think I bought it on Steam, too, when they re-released the remaster.
John McDaniel says in chat, if I'm reading this right, Dragon's Dogma is the most recent franchise in Capcom as of 2012.
And that's not recent at all. Well, I mean,
well, they have a new IP coming out, actually. It's the not Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis.
Well, that's right. That's I remember seeing those, and I'm like, look, they're bringing back Dino Crisis, and they're like, no, it's not. Because we won't give you things you want.
Didn't Konami bow out of console games too?
Oh yeah, Konami is
Konami
like
makes
casino
pachinko
games
games.
or something like that.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up here.
Yep, that's the end of that. In the first
as
level.
we do a quick swap out, we're
Everybody
gonna go
try
back to
it.
the setting up cam.
Try Twinbee, it's free.
Be right back. Should be fast, right? You have it on. I'm still on mic, but I pushed it away so nobody could hear me talking.
They can't hear you already, right?
Where's Mike? I don't see anybody down here named Mike.
Fix it.
My mic's hot. I should mute it if I'm going to talk about things. All right, so Jared's swapping the switch, or switching the switch. Swapping the switching the swap. Wild Guns Reloaded coming up.
Yeah.
All right, I'll switch us over here in a sec. We'll have a co-op game. And characters get to play as either Annie or Clint. I wonder what those names are for.
There's 2 more in the remastered one.
Are there 2?
There's just 2 additionals. I'm going to play with... oh, man, these buttons again. All right. I'm going to play with one of the new ones, so forget her name. I think her name's Doris.
Doris.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I remember the controls for this here.
Me both.
Natsumi game.
Serious fun.
Also a very underrated publisher, studio, whatever you want to call it.
They also make a...
They make a ton of
Umihari
schmucks, too.
Kawase. Is that Natsumi?
I think it is. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Which would require me to move and...
Oh, I'm going to play...
You gonna play as the dog?
I'm going to play as the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Bullet.
There's Doris. She's a tank.
These are the new characters.
Great, this is going to be fantastic.
So it's a dog floating
Forget about
on
petting
a
the dog.
platform.
Can your dog shmup?
It's a dog with a drone.
Yes.
Button does what here? That jumps. There's my throw.
He has like an auto target thing.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
So you feel like this should be a light gun game, but it's not.
So yeah, you can target while you're not moving, and then it's kind of fixed where you're shooting.
The dog just said, "Look out!" How did that happen?
And there are enemies that will be on our plane where you can kind of do a melee attack in case they get too close.
Yeah, you can whack them.
So you got to be careful of your peripheral.
Although Doris here, she cannot use power-ups. Like all the shotguns and grenades and everything, she can't use that.
Is she just OP? Like normally?
Interesting.
She has like, you just hold down her attack and the number of bombs she tosses increases. And she has this awesome like...
Oh, can the dog not melee? Oh no!
Oh man, I took one.
Oh, that's right. If we die, we both die, right?
It's a shared
health system.
Shared lives, I believe. Team life, upper left there.
So it looks like the odd even war has slowed down. Not sure how that happened.
First try.
Ruff, ruff. We're sitting at an even $4,800 right now.
This game is fun. This game I definitely recommend. And this is actually 4-player. The reloaded
if you want
one
to get
is.
crazy with it.
So this will support four
the
Pro controllers?
Yes. Going for a classic arcade chaos.
This remastered mode also has a boss rush option.
Yeah, I bet that's gonna be.
It's terrifying, but it's also incredibly good practice. If you go through boss rush first, going through the actual game is not a big deal.
So, do you know how many stages this is? I mean,
let me think. You got.
Oh, I got hit.
There's 5. This is the intro stage, tutorial level.
right, because you haven't got to the boss yet.
And then you get to pick your next level out of 4. What order you doing? It's not a
So if you think about this, though, this is a pretty different approach for a shmup. Most people would think of shmups, much more consistently with what we've had, with the
I'm out.
spaceships and.
Oh, Jared died too much.
Oh yes, that's right. You have
We've
shared
both died
credits, don't you?
equally. I've seen you die twice. I've died twice. Can you get back in after you die?
No, man, that's it.
Okay.
Way to
All right.
go.
Wish me luck, chat.
Shared credits. That is one big robot.
They made him a lot bigger in this version. Scotty, run!
Yes. Oh,
He got
that
smashed
painful.
by the dump truck.
That was painful.
Good
We
time
do
for
not-
one more round.
Oh yeah,
Super
easily.
Rival
It's
Megagun?
6 after, so you've got 30 minutes for this.
Might change.
Try to do some different characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Butch or whatever the dude is.
So I'll give you a warning when we hit
What do you want me to be, a girl?
quarter after. That way you can switch over to Rival Megagun.
I'll be Annie. You- Clint.
Clint, my bad. Butch, Clint.
These are the original two
Really, Alex
characters.
just did #dead.
Ah. And if you shoot their bullets, there's a little meter under your score. If you shoot the bullets they shoot, it builds up, and when that meter fills up, you get invincibility.
Can you take out the neon sign too? Or?
Yes, you can shoot environment stuff, and it's like this little thing. It's like this little.
Yeah, I forgot she has like a lasso thing.
Yeah, everybody does actually. It's a freeze.
She's not unique. Stop trying to make her special.
Yeah, there's no snowflakes here. But yeah, you can shoot the environment, and there will be like bombs and power-ups behind it.
And it'll pop out power-ups.
Yeah.
So this really would be a fairly easy conversion to a light gun game.
Could be.
But you have to move left and
Yeah,
right.
you're moving with your joystick.
Yeah,
While also moving your target. So
yeah.
So that wouldn't work.
when you're not shooting, you're moving yourself. When you're shooting, you're moving your target.
And why would you need to move, just to dodge?
Yeah. You can dodge when you're shooting, and then you can kind of jump and free float.
There we go. We finally broke the neon sign. I've been waiting the whole level for
Oh,
that.
I missed that request.
Obviously, you can see how well Brian's doing compared to me here.
Yeah, you like 4 times
Score
your
is
score. All right.
You do have smart bombs. That's still the thing to say. Smart bombs.
smart bomb. They're pretty
bomb.
smart. They're pretty intelligent
There's the
bombs
neon
for
you,
bombs.
Sean. Got it all. Let's hear about the barkeep here. He's nefarious.
Nefarious,
about
the
these
nefarious
guys.
barkeep with dynamite.
How much training they have to do to be able to roll like that consistently and accurately? How do they propel themselves?
For what it's worth, you can
Are there
pick up.
4 barkeeps?
You can pick up the dynamite too. And toss it. Oddly enough, you can hang on to the dynamite. I think as long as you want.
So the fuse only works when it's thrown.
These bully boys.
We get to the boss man. Yeah.
Oh.
Robots on a stick. Alright. 2 6-shooters. That's pretty bulletproof.
Corporate
It's
sleaze.
got to do with this suit color.
Oh, for
it took
Pete's
you
sake.
Out. Are you out? You're
Oh,
out.
wait. How did that? Did you die a lot, Jared? How are we all dead already?
I died twice before
is
I did this death.
embarrassing.
Yeah, this is really embarrassing.
So you didn't even make it out of the first
It's a lot
round.
easier with one person.
Don't worry.
Seriously.
He's
seems to
calling
be-
you a liability.
Yeah, no.
You
I
are.
think based on last night, I am definitely a liability in terms of multiplayer games.
I'll
So
go back to doors.
By the way, Alex posted it again. #dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Definitely keeping it lit in the chat. And John also said #exploded.
dog. He's pretty fun.
Man, I cannot.
Again, is the hitbox different?
He does have a smaller hitbox,
got-
and he has like a larger
so it's
auto
like odd job
target.
cheating, right?
It's like auto shooting is what it is.
But I don't think he has a melee attack.
He does talk though. He's a good boy.
Is he talking, or is the enemies talking?
No, the dog talks. It says look out. So like if you're targeted, the dog will say look out. Because that's what the humans say when they're targeted. So I guess they just overlaid it on the new model. But it does come out from the dog's mouth at the bottom, so it's attention to detail is glorious. Dogs are a shmup's best friend, says Alex.
Yeah, I don't think the dog has a melee.
Oh, you get the power ups.
Grenades.
Oh, what?
Okay.
I'm not taken out.
Sorry, I died twice. 1.
Team Life 1.
Team Life 1.
Oh, man.
Woo! Get good.
If we're going to get past this first level, I have to play by myself.
Well, and we're coming up on time, so we'll be switching over to Rival Megagun here in a second. We're going to be playing against each other, right?
I got to remember how to play that game. All I find in my
Competitively. Cooperatively.
Various barkeeps.
Oh my goodness. It is hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, Wild Guns originally came out in 1994.
All you.
It was a Super Nintendo release. This didn't happen in an arcade. It was always a home console.
I've removed some visual clutter for you.
Indeed.
However, the enemies
That's all you
have
are,
not-
Jared, is visual clutter.
Wow.
There's your next t-shirt.
Is that like a holding down
Yeah.
to do that?
And then
Yeah, to swap out your pattern
increases
for
the
grenades.
number of grenades you shoot and throw.
Oh, you're charging up your grenade count.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll help me beat the robot guy here.
Yeah, Team Life is 0, by the way, so it's all on you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's usual. Way it
That's
goes.
usual.
As usual.
I got a lot of smart
See,
bombs.
this
I
is
can
how
use
we ended
those
up with
too.
4-7 bongs to begin with.
This is exactly
See?
how it
Just gotta
started.
pick up where you left off.
Ooh, we got 5. How hard can you... Oh, that... Wow, that's a lot of grenades. Again, risk for reward trade-off here. You just... Oh, simple. Oh.
She's
I
too
think
slow.
I lasted longer on
She's
that.
too slow. I should use some smart bombs. That's fair.
All right.
All right, so we're going to switch over
Switch
here.
over to Rival Megagun. Shinobi, can you hook us up?
Right at the quarter
I
hour.
got
That
it.
was good timing, guys.
Yeah.
Mine already plugged in, or is this yours?
This is mine.
Okay, fair.
Yep.
We got it on disc. Ooh, the physical release.
Yeah, you know where you are right now.
Yeah, I should have known better.
How are we looking on donations?
So, let me see here. Bring up my control panel.
We're at $48.20. I feel like we got a $20 donation.
We did get a $20 donation, but my website isn't uploading and updating itself or telling me anytime. So we got 4 minutes ago, we got a 20-minute or $20 donation from Anonymous, and
Is this a shmup you're
no
sending
comments.
I'll tell you. I'll talk about it.
That's what we intended to play like years ago and we never did.
I've been wanting to play this with you. This is the perfect game for you.
I was
and
gonna
me.
say.
it's like it's sort of like cooperative competitive.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
this has
Twinkle
come
Star,
up
right?
at least 5 times. So this puts us at 48.20, by the way, for our donation total. It seems like we're losing a little speed and heat here, folks. I mean, considering all of the chaos going on screen, I would expect the money to be just rolling in. So maybe we need to do something a little bit unofficial incentives. I will put in a match for anybody who... I'll match anybody who donates within the scope of this game.
Oh, I didn't want to be him.
However much you put in, I'll match it. Keep driving. We want to hit that $5,000 total. So yeah, let's have an unofficial poll. I need to set up a poll. Or actually, Sean, can you set up a poll for us?
No.
No, he can't. I can though. I just have to figure out how to do it. Yes.
So while you're figuring that out, I'll talk about this game. So this is called Rival Megagun. We're going to both be playing our own shmup adventure simultaneously on either side of the screen. However, what we shoot, the enemies we shoot, will land on the other person's screen. So the better we are, the worse we're making it for our person.
A little Dr. Mario-ish.
Yeah, it's a
then.
little Dr. Mario shmup style. Now, there's also a meter that we're building up for, which you can use and activate with the Y button to kind of attack, or you can save it up. And if you get a full meter, then you can become the boss on the other player's screen.
Really?
Yeah. You're like, neat.
Neat. That's a cool concept.
It is a very cool concept.
This game loses a lot when you're not playing other people.
Yeah, the single-player campaign is very slow, but this is definitely made for multiplayer.
It's so slow.
So yeah, we're just trying to survive a bullet hell shmup, and also cause havoc for our rivals here with a Megagun.
I got a kitty litter in my trunk. It's crazy.
All right, so the poll is set up for anybody who donates. You will also have the option on the shmup winner to choose either Jared or
Oh,
Brian.
for Pete's sake.
Unfortunately, this is a limited time poll here. We got about 18 minutes.
Prepare. All right.
One of these bombs.
Power up or something? Oh, I do.
Now's your time to get in there, throw some money towards who you think should win, and I'll match the donations for either member of the poll.
Wow, we got some donation matching, folks.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, take advantage of it. Get those donations in.
Use Sean's wallet.
Use Sean's wallet to his disadvantage, but for goodness, for charity, for feeding America.
Oh, that's the thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that. Oh.
Oh no, I took a hit.
I think I used something from my meter.
Yeah.
The meter was flashing, so
Yeah.
I pressed a button.
So I'm unclear because I was making the poll. Who's on the right? Who's on the left?
I'm on the right, and I just got KO'd.
Oh, sweet. I thought
Okay.
that was me.
Yeah, but you're in the lead as far as score.
Thus far, I think Brian's catching up. He's figuring stuff out. I'm
But
sure it's
around-
gonna quickly switch.
It's 1-to-1 knockouts here, so
Yeah.
we're in a rubber match here. There we go. I'm getting some loot. Keep going, score.
It's all you, man. Hey.
Okay, well
Sorry. Sorry.
that almost evened it up, but not quite. You're still in the lead, Jared, on the points.
All right. This isn't points, though. This is survival. Points are just the show off. Whoever's alive at the end really gets to talk about it.
Oh. God almighty.
So we got another $10 donation from Alex a minute ago saying, let's get hyped for feeding America.
Woo.
Oh! That was rude.
That do
Rude.
something?
Yeah, that did
All
something.
right, sweet.
Nobody wants to spend my money.
Yeah, that's right,
That's a
guys.
first, isn't it?
Everybody, donation matching happening right now. Make sure you get in there. Take Sean's wallet. Use it for goodness. That was close.
Too focused on killing Jared.
And just to be fair, everything I'm doing here, we're going to match, and I'm going to put all my money towards what I haven't voted in the John's Beard thing, despite putting some stuff in there. So,
You gonna play again?
Yeah,
Or
play
use
again.
someone
We got
else?
time. We got
fair.
10 minutes.
or maybe we'll use this as the first donation for our next bonus game,
Laser guy.
which we haven't announced
Red
yet.
guy. Laser dude.
There's a guy called Dr. Magic. I feel like obligated to choose him. You got him?
Oh, it's gonna be him.
Yeah, you be Dr. Magic.
X mine. Whoa. Oh,
Wait,
sorry. Sorry.
Gotta do the custom layout.
Wow.
There are like
didn't know
additional
what that meant.
layouts. If you play this game long enough, there is more like content.
I thought it was like just pick
I'm
one
just
up.
doing the default layout.
Pick one.
for
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
my bad. I was like pick one of 3, and that was your choice.
I'm gonna pick Smith.
Smith?
Smith. Check out that visor.
Oh, I win then. I'm Dr. Magic.
Yeah, I don't think this is sci-fi enough.
Or is it too sci-fi?
Is that one guy over there on the right, Smith Cyclops?
No.
No, people actually like him.
It's like a cover of a Winger album.
We're doing a Winger album? Wow, that's a callback.
So you'll see again, we were talking about shmups, like we've got some different shot distributions here. Brian's is like central focused, mine kind of goes out to a spread. Does that matter? I don't know. But
Yeah, but you got a nice combo going on there, Jared. You're up to 17 hits, 18 hits. So what are the whirlies?
the whirlies are the enemies that I'm sending over to him based on my combo here.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like competitive Tetris. With
Yeah, this is
spaceships.
a competitive like shmup. Yeah, it's all again. The better you do, the worse you're making it for your rival.
Oh.
And if you get hit while you're building a combo, then you lose that combo.
Oh, nice.
I think we've both taken one hit. You get 2 hits, which is nice. You don't just instantly die. Oh my goodness!
There's some spam.
Oh, nicely done.
That did the job.
That did the job.
So the weird thing is
Oh, we got a $20
Or the,
donation for Brian on the Shmup
the
winner.
bad thing is I am so focused on surviving that I don't know what happened to you when I did that. I don't get to enjoy. But I mean, like, what
you don't
was
get to
it?
you don't
Was
get
it like
the
a
visual splendor
Was
of
it
me.
a rain of skulls?
No,
Was it
you're
like,
shooting missiles at me.
Oh, that's very Dr. Magic-like.
So-
I gotta say. Come on.
It looks
very
like Ryan McDaniel has a favoritism towards Brian. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, the guy does make shmups. Well, talk about some of the games you've made, Brian.
Oh, well, let's
Because
see.
you're an indie developer.
I am. I might be in Retro Gamer coming up too,
That's awesome.
which would be interesting. But yeah, so there's this fantasy console called Pico 8. Fantasy by what does that do? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, okay. And it's Lua, the programming language Lua, but they had a bunch of artificial restrictions on it to make it mimic some sort of classic retro console. So I do that. It's easy for me. I just hobby it, but I have made a lot of shmups. One of them's called Buzzkill. It's about bees. And I think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen Buzzkill. That one's pretty cool.
That gets a lot of
You
attention.
made like
I
an
was gonna say, you
alien
had
game
one
too,
that had
right?
a lot of attention for a while there, didn't you? You got like nationally recognized for your Pico stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. That one was the one I remember being.
Was it Buzzkill?
Really, it was
Buzzkill got some stuff. And I did make one for Aliens. It was a maze game.
So if the people want to check you out, is your website still active? morningtoast.com.
I wouldn't go there.
Don't go there.
I wouldn't go to
Didn't hear
there.
it.
You might
But,
see things you may not want to see.
If you go to my Twitter at Morning Toast, I got links there. I'm going to keep it. Stick with Dr. Magic.
we're just sticking with the bee theme. I wonder if there's anything else bee related.
And I got a link. It's on my itch.io page is where all my games are. You can download them, Mac, Windows, and Linux. And you can play in the browser.
Does it run on the Steam Deck?
I know I've seen people
Playing it on the Steam
hacking.
Deck?
I
There
don't
you
know
go.
I don't know if it's native kind of thing. I don't know enough about the Steam Deck, but yes, I've seen people put that Pico 8 on the Steam Deck. I have a little handheld. It's not a Raspberry Pi thing, but it's that kind of doohickey, and it's about the size of a Game Boy that I play all of it on. And it's handheld.
All right, we got 5 minutes left for that donation matching. So get those donations in and steal money from Sean for hunger. To alleviate hunger, not
do it
No,
for
just
hunger.
help me spend my money wisely.
Do what
Come
his
on.
kids have done for years.
Yeah, do what my children have done for years. Wow. Hope they're not watching.
They know it.
They know what they've done.
They also know you, Brian, so
Yeah, well.
they wouldn't expect any other kind of...
Oh, that was some Dr. Magic shit.
Yeah,
Oops,
I was like, what
excuse
was
me.
that? By the way, I didn't bring out Ryan's other comment on his donation, which is that he's conceded the even-odd race. So,
He's
and he has-
conceded in the even-odd
It
race?
says, I concede the even-odd fight. I also have smelly feet. So I'm not so sure this actually came from Ryan. But if it did, cool. It's all cool, dude. Dr. Scholes can help. His pepper farms, remember? Well, still at $20. So I'm only down
All right,
$20.
now I'm playing.
I'm not
I'm
making
playing a bullet hell
a
now.
lot of headway here. The people who really want to spite me and spend my money are probably sleeping. It's only 10:30. They don't get up before noon.
Only 10:30. Oh, nice job, sir. Way to corner me.
And coming up on the shmup block after this, Jared's going to show us a fairly interesting game called Soul Cresta that he talks about with me all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I won't
'cause
shut up about it.
I heard mention of it, and I had to check it out because I heard Soul Cresta. I'm like, it means Terra Cresta? Like,
It
no.
is.
Well,
Yes.
it's
related
the
to Terra
lineage
Cresta,
of that,
yeah.
I
right?
will. Yeah, I will
but,
talk about that. Sean will have to help me pull out some dates here on
Yeah,
that.
because
but
I remember Terra Cresta, and wasn't there a Moon Cresta too?
there was Moon
And,
Cresta was first, Terra Cresta, Soul
Yeah,
Cresta.
so I remember those, but I was unaware, frankly, of Soul Cresta.
It is awesome. I will definitely go into
I
it.
am eager to see it. And
And I want to
then-
say thanks to Alex for linking to Morning Toast's Twitter.
oh, thank
guys
you.
to the itch.io Ryan page and check out his games, which apparently run on everything like Skyrim.
Yeah, you can even do it on the browser. There. I got a good Space Invaders tribute. Invader Overload. It's a sensory overload. It'll hurt your brain, but it's fun. Or Chaser too. Nothing
So we got
fancy
another
about it.
$10 donation from Anonymous here, saying it's only economical.
There you go.
And they put their money towards Jared, but it's still not enough. Currently,
Yeah.
Brian is winning.
That is,
your money was not well spent, but
That's
thank you
right.
for your donation.
Well, no,
your
wait.
money was
Alex
poorly
just added
allocated.
another donation herself for $10 and said, for Sean's money and great justice to even it out. So we are now tied, even though we're coming to the end of the competition.
I think that was Brian. And I think we'll use this time to get set up with Soul Cresta here.
All right.
Brian, stick around so you can commentate.
I will do that.
All right.
I'm excited.
All right,
I'm
we're
always
gonna go to
excited
the
at the
setup
opportunity
cam.
to spend money on more games. I'll probably go home and like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Take my money.
And I'm going to keep the matching going all the way through the shmup block. So if you didn't get an opportunity, we'll continue to keep it going. And if you want to weigh in a little bit belatedly on, who's the better shmup player, we'll leave the poll going for a little while too.
Blinking is mute. Solid is unmute. And I'm live, so
You're live.
it's all on me now. So let me get this. Let's get Soul Cresta
right.
started up here.
So Jared's firing up Soul Cresta.
Is this a Switch exclusive or is it
No, this
everywhere,
came
everything?
out. This came out on everything. I think it's on PC as well. It definitely came out on PS4. I don't know
And
about
of course,
Xbox.
it's a platinum game, so
Oh, it's platinum?
that's another reason
platinum.
Jared
Take
won't
my
stop
money.
talking about it.
Yeah, so this is Platinum Games' first foray into what they're calling the Neo Classic Arcade series, which is they're gonna go back and do some updates
IPs? Oh.
in some arcades because we really don't have somebody doing arcade games modern because Housemarque, who made Returnal, they had done some really awesome arcade games featured in Foursquare 7 Pongs like Resogun. Did
Yeah.
we do Next Machina?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I mean, I've played it, yeah.
yeah, like they've done some awesome games. So Soul Cresta takes place in the Cresta universe.
drove
There was
through
Terra Cresta, which is a really old, I think, early '80s arcade game, in which it features docking of ships. It was kind of its own thing. How do you pronounce the company that made these? Nibichu.
Nibichu, yes.
And then the sequel was Soul Terra Cresta. And again, it features like docking ships to make you more powerful.
Isn't it like formation, like ship
Yeah,
formation?
so this is Formations, and it's sort of in line with Wonderful 101, which we played the first Meal-Morial Madness, in which the way I arrange my ships will cause me to power up interestingly.
You ever played Slap Fight?
I have not played Slap Fight.
Nichibutsu.
Slap Fight's on the
Nichibutsu.
Mega Drive, and it's same kind of thing where you like have different formations and you build up. You have like a power up on
Okay.
the side, and as you gain things, you choose what level you want to do, and the order in which you do things will impact yourself.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go easy because normal. Okay, in a lot of
Easy?
games, well, I'll die and I'll go back to normal. We got 30 minutes here.
All right.
I'll
We got some
start
time.
easy.
But the other thing, so a little bit of background here. So Moon Cresta originally came out in 1980, and it was released in North America in June of 1980 by Sega. Actually released it in the States here. But in Japan, it was released by Nichibutsu itself. But it's really interesting because this is, I believe, the original game ran on the Galaxian engine. Or was a Galaxian-style game.
All right, so nothing crazy yet. Oh, I've got 2 ships now,
got
and I've
crazy.
gotten stronger. Now I've got 3 ships.
Do you have to pick them, or do they automatically?
They'll
after
automatically
you?
dock. Yeah, they'll automatically dock,
Yeah,
and
it
then
uses this docking engine.
as soon as I get my formation meter built up on the right, I will be able to do some crazy stuff. But I need to get my points to build up my meter. There's
Wait,
a
you're-
lot of meter management in this game.
But do
By the way, this
do
is
you,
the 7th game in the Terra Cresta series.
It is. There's Terra Cresta 2. There's
Terra Cresta 3D for the Saturn.
yeah. There's one that's like a mysterious name that they've talked about doing another sequel to. It was after Moon Cresta.
Do you choose your power up on the right, like as your meter goes up, or does it?
No, that automatically fills,
Okay.
and then what ship you're using determines what you're shooting. So if I switch to the blue in front, I have missiles, but I want red for this level, and I need whoever's in front to get these things. So red shoots lasers, blue shoots missiles, and yellow has a drill. Okay, now these are my formation charms. I forget what they call them. But these allow me to choose what formations I'll use. And I have formation meter, so I'll show you my first formation, We'll do the straightty straight. I don't know what it's actually called, but it allows me to shoot frontward and backward here.
You have red, blue, and yellow out of the gate?
No, we
those.
built them. Yeah, they were pretty immediate in this level, but as you get harder, if you lose a ship, it's not good news. So
another interesting thing about this that shows just how modernized the shmups have become. They released DLC for this game.
Nice.
Recently.
It came out when the game came out. They basically had DLC for the dramatic mode, which is the story mode. And if you're a fan of Platinum story modes, it's actually not bad. It's the only side effect is it's all in Japanese voice acting with English subtitles. And trying to read subtitles during a shmup is pretty much the worst idea ever because you're not reading. So I have a faint idea of what the story was, but the story is actually pretty cool and very true to the Cresta series. There's references to all the Cresta games in these, from music cues to enemies. Like this is an enemy from Terra Cresta.
I've never been heard it called dramatic mode. I like that better than story mode.
That's a mini boss. We're only halfway through the stage.
Wait, can you use your ships as like ramming things, or do they all take damage?
So when you're in formation mode, the only ship that takes damage is your lead ship, and it will have a little outline on it. So you can kind of use the ships. Oh, that was the one I needed. So you can hit those. This is actually the best formation in the game, I think.
The tree.
So as long as my lead ship's in back, the other two ships will soak those bullets up for me.
Nice.
So what I'm noticing, all right, so the money, obviously there's not a cash shop in this between levels or anything.
Could be.
You're leveling up your power-ups to the right? Is that...
Yeah, you're leveling up your ship through every level, and it resets at the beginning of every level.
Resets?
Yeah. So if the next stage, I'll be back to square one.
Yep.
Oh, you just made it to the top.
No, you just escalated to the next level.
The next level of rewards.
Yeah, because there's multiple tiers.
Oh, like at the fair.
It's just like at the fair.
Just like at the fair. Yeah, that's an analogy I was going for. Thanks, Brian.
It's too small.
Oh, I forgot. There's command codes in this. You can use the Hadouken command to shoot sideways, and you can rotate your joystick.
Wait, there's rolls?
Yeah, to do that, which is... So, yeah, you can shoot sideways if I do this. It
does everything.
This game does have everything. It's definitely for fans of, again, stimulation of having lots of things to do. But it...
For the fidgeters.
It's for the fidgeters, definitely for the fidgeters. But you also have to keep track of a lot of things. But you do have shields. It is forgiving in terms of you don't die in one hit. I need blue.
I like the
if
ring,
I get blue...
The ring you have to fly to there.
If I get blue now, I can do this from Terra Cresta.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get all of the formations, you can do this. The only side effect of this is you get less points. You are invincible, but you get less points.
Okay.
So this is good on bosses out of get out of jail free card here. The S emblems are your shield, and then that's building my formation meter. You can't use formation all the time.
What are the Fs on the left?
That's my formation meter.
Okay.
So those will dictate. Now we're at the boss of this level, so I'm going to try to use my formation meter effectively so I don't get hit here.
So the colored things are the formations you have available?
Yes. And there are the other ones in the lower left of the formation. You can't have formations as long as you have 2 ships, but they're limited.
So you say as long as you have 2 ships, do you lose it? Can you lose a ship?
Yeah, if you run out of shield, at that point, your hit points are the number of ships you have. So.
Oh, and here we've got the colored mechanic too, right? Colored bullet mechanic. So depending on which color ship.
No. These are just flashy bullets, so
okay.
You know that they're flashy.
I know.
I think all bullets should be pink, in my opinion.
I was like,
I do like the idea of pink bullets. All right, so we're on drill. Drill's effective against certain targets. It is a lot of damage, but it's much slower. And I need the formation up here, or it's going to be a bad time.
Okay, so it's just like bullet times when you got to switch formation.
Yeah, actually, you can use the formation for bullet time even without forming a formation.
Shoot.
So, okay, I've gone down the 2 ships, got my 3rd ship back, but I can slow down time like this and still shoot normally.
So there's no...
To build up meter.
Your formation just means that you've lost the other 2 ships as bullet throwers.
Yeah, but I can do this.
No time
I can do
limit for
this.
that?
You know, there is. It's in the lower right. I believe it
I
says
see.
seconds.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Rotate. But you can do this to build up your meter if you don't have any meter, because you can slow down time, build meter, and then
Oh man, then he's rolling, isn't he? Woo.
Yeah, and so then I'll try to do this, and then let's see if we can survive here. We got it. All right.
It's straighty straight. Alex has named that formation. It's the straighty straight.
It's the
formation.
straighty straight formation. Okay, thank you.
I like to call it the rod.
Yeah, that was the last block of games where we would have been talking about things like that, Brian.
So that was, I would say, a mediocre run in terms of score. There's a lot of things. Shut up, Brian. There's a lot of things I could have done to get more combos, but I haven't played in a while. But that was not bad.
There's no excuse.
Run easy. So
All right,
it's not
so
bad.
we're on a new level, or are you?
No, this is the bonus of the stage.
That's the treasure
You get some
chest.
extra
Look at that
points.
cash grab
Yeah,
there.
you get a cash
And you
grab.
maxed out your formations. Now you lose it all.
Yep. Now we go back to square one.
Oh wow.
The first two stages aren't bad, but from then the
Oh, but
difficulty
you
escalates.
get your points for all that stuff.
Yeah, you get
You're
all the
fine. You
points for
cash it
building
in.
up your meter. Yep.
All right.
And then there's no commas, so we don't know what those points.
Could be
commas
billions, could be trillions. We're not quite sure.
are. Really, it's just a big number. That's all we know.
All right, so we went from
I
the
understood
idea
there was
is
to be no math.
we used to live on Terra, but after the alien empire took over, we were exiled all the way to Neptune. So we're working our way back up to the Sol, the sun, to reclaim the solar system. So now we're at Uranus.
I was gonna say, what'd you call me? I mean, I've heard worse.
And oh yeah, I said you start from square one. We are playing on easy, so we're not starting exactly at square one. If we were playing on normal, yeah. So
You're a liar.
no, yes and no. I've been
He
called
was
things.
incorrect. There's a difference.
Normal is hard in this game, and then there's obviously a platinum mode because, of course, there is.
And just for the record, Brian, to be a liar, you have to have an intent to defeat.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. My apologies.
So the
Just being stupid doesn't make you a liar.
It's true.
Thank you. So for the first three levels, it kind of gets you familiar with what your lead ship should be. So for this one, you kind of want blue to be your lead ship.
So how quickly does the game escalate in difficulty? Or
Right after this
chaos?
one, it kind of gets kind of crazy. So the missiles, when they shoot, they kind of leave a blast effect, so they'll damage longer. Also, the visual background is kind of cluttery at this point. You're kind of hard. Those blocks with electric are bad.
And you can't block. You can't shoot them, right?
No. So you have to pay attention.
And they float. Oh, there's a
Yeah, it's kind of... This is the one critique I think a lot of people have had against this game is there is a lot of visual clutter.
You know what doesn't help is frankly the meh
missed it.
colors.
The color
It's like
scheme, yeah.
A lot of grays and
There's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of grays,
mid-tones here.
browns.
It's not very happy.
Well, it's not a cuter.
It's not
no,
a cue 'em
but
up.
you don't have to be like Vegas showgirls to have color. You can still be serious and have some color.
I mean, it's not 1943, which game my kids are so tired of watching me play on my arcade at home. It's my favorite shooter.
All right, I've gotten all my formations, which is great. You want to get all your formations as soon as possible.
1943 is deceivingly difficult.
It is.
Like people look at it like, oh, that's lame.
Ooh,
blah,
I just
blah,
lost
blah,
two
but it is
shields in
hard.
quick succession.
Well, there's only like 17 1940X games.
Oh yeah, and some of those are on that Capcom arcade that had Giga in too.
Yes, they are.
And frankly, they're not as good as just the classic one. But
42, 43 are probably the two best. in my opinion.
All right, we're at full shields, full formation, and now we're at our rival. If you're familiar with Platinum games, you always have a rival that's just like you but different. Right now, this is only one ship. As we progress through the game, he will also get 3 ships. That Doc.
Also, your antithesis?
Yes, exactly.
Nemesis.
mirror match.
And he's going to do a dash move, which you kind of have to... And that will escalate over the course of the campaign, where he gets like 7 dashes, which you can't do
Wow.
anything, and then you just have to wait patiently. All right, we got
Oh,
him.
you blew him
We're
up.
good.
Does he keep coming back if you blow him up? Oh, okay, he's just disabled.
Magic.
All right, the red guys you want to
Have
use laser
shields,
for, so
right?
you want to use laser for these guys.
So
Again,
you have to do a weapon
constantly,
system.
yeah, you
So
kind
it
of
is
have to,
polarity based.
in a way, not all enemies, but yeah, you kind of have to know what
So like that box
Tool-
was blue and that ring is blue, so
Yep.
you want your blue dude to go through it.
you got
to
it.
do what?
You got
get
it.
the most points or get the most
Points and
benefit?
power-ups.
Okay.
Like, yeah, the boxes give you power-ups. All right, random lightning strings here.
Zeus is unhappy.
No matter how random, there's a guy there. There's a guy.
You also get more points for using your formations, which I'm not doing right now, which I should be doing.
Aren't you always in a formation of some sort?
I meant like your actual formation moves where you do this. Like when you're in just docked mode, that's normal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just straight up sheer
I
mode,
gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
The music's really good, actually.
The
too.
music
Just
was the
noticing.
same. I can't remember his name. It's a really famous Japanese composer. All right, so now we have a ghost ship following us. I'm going to spoil the story because I did read all the text from
spoiler
the
alert.
dramatic mode.
From dramatic mode.
This is the ghost ship from. This is the remnants of the Terra Cresta ship.
Cresta.
Coming back to help you survive the onslaught here from the grave.
Oh, so he's a buddy.
His buddy.
All right, that's fair. Spirit buddy. All
Spirit
right.
buddy. Yep,
And
you
he's
got it.
actually firing, right?
Yep, he's firing and kind of protecting my rear there.
Dramatic mode, spirit buddy.
Yeah, you got dramatic mode spirit buddy.
Sounds like a mechanic that needs to be used more often.
I think that's a new podcast, right?
Dramatic mode spirit buddy. All right, we need to formation for points. We need points. We need the points. We get more gold coins if we use formations here. So, and more gold coins means we power up faster, and it means we
Yep,
do
you're
better.
Up to
Almost
the
there.
next tier again.
Drink meter is almost there.
All right. Oh, took a hit. Need some shield. Get the ring. Get those. You get extra bonus points for collecting those. We're at 5 shields. That's good. So that means we have 5 hit points, which
Only
is
they had made 6.
Big enemy is coming.
Yep, we got another. Oh, do we have another big ship? No, we got a big roundy boy.
Ooh, and lots of spam.
But you know what? I will show off. I don't know. I was going to do the Phoenix, but I didn't do it. So you have to also do the formations while you're doing this, which is
Challenging.
it's challenging. It's challenging.
And again, as long as you keep your main ship to the rear.
I'll do the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe not.
There we go.
So the boss isn't immune to the Phoenix, which is nice.
Yeah, you're invulnerable for the Phoenix, but you just get less points. So use it wisely.
Yeah, but you're making up with a special bonus.
Yeah, special bonus. All right, that was
Here's your treasure chest.
that was Uranus. Yeah, if you do this front, if you do back forward, you do like a sort of charge shot thing.
I love
And
that it's
I haven't even been
like
doing it,
move.
but there's charge shots. I haven't even been doing the charge shots because, again, there's so many mechanics in this game. It's hard to remember. Whatever your middle ship is, that's what your charged attack will do. So I'll try to show that off in the next stage
I think
here.
that there's just like there is
You
that
got
like
15 minutes.
rolls and forwards and backs.
And you're unlocking them, so you don't have them all up front. So if you've
Oh.
become reliant on like the circle spread, and in the beginning of the stage,
gotcha.
you have to build up for that. So
I love it. I'm gonna go spend my money on this because it's.
if you're
sounds
particular,
brutal.
yeah,
so.
if you're particular about frame rate, I think the big thing is you want to probably play it on PS4 or PC. The frame rate is a little slower on Switch. So we've got rocks, but drills do well against
Got
rocks. We got rocks. So if I do a charge shot here, you'll see that my charge shot, my middle ship's laser, this
okay.
will melt enemies. But your charge shots take 1/3 of your formation meter.
All right, so it's again you're playing
trade-off.
resource game.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're down one hit.
The formations take a whole circle over there. And you've sort of got some Gradius stuff here. If you hit enemies in a line, you get the power
And
up.
those are up in the air and can't be. You just hit those, right?
Yeah.
Those blocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those
Avoidables. That's where I usually get burned on these things. If it's
Space
not,
barriers.
well, if it's not obvious, like
well,
that you can't hit them.
the last stage, the boss is, again, a platinum boss, if you're familiar with platinum games. But it also, it features an escape sequence
Oh,
at the speed of insanity.
Nope, getting a back attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, you are at your lowest point at the moment.
Yeah, I don't have any shields, so if I do lose,
So you
okay,
just
we're
picked
back.
up
We're
a-
back. We're back. So there is a lot of tug of war. So I mean, it is forgiving on some of the early modes. Again, on easy, you do not respawn with all 3 ships. You respawn with 1. And everything that's a shield emblem, if you don't have any ships, those become your other ships.
Again, indestructible shifting like barriers.
the rings.
Yeah, the rings are fun because it's fun to fly through rings.
So do those spikes come up and hit you if you're over them?
Yeah. Yep, but you can explode them for some points. Everything's points. You need points. All right. Are we close to a mini boss? I think we are.
Big enemy.
We got a rival again, I think, maybe?
Yeah,
Yep,
two rivals.
but he's got two. He's brought a buddy.
He's combining.
Powers combined.
And he's got missiles now, remember? I had missiles last time.
Yeah.
He's learning. He's learning all of my
they're
moves.
learning.
He knows all of my
That's
moves.
how it ends, you know.
All right, let's see if we can laser him, because that will be super effective if I can get a shot on.
Melt.
So this laser's the strat there. So now he's invulnerable.
That's
Just
now
doing
just angry.
Flybys.
Yep. And I'm down to 2 ships, I think. No, I've got all 3. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Melt. Can't melt bullets because bullets are made out of melt. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this.
Bullets are made out of
Bullets
melt.
are made out of melt.
I think that's a technical term for that.
Okay, I've got 2 shields. He's invulnerable right now. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. Okay, come on, warm up. Give me have some laser.
Got about 10 minutes left.
And see how quickly he goes back to invulnerable mode. All right, we got him. Again, that laser melts things. All right. Oh, we're moving.
That was only mid.
That was the
That was
mid boss.
your mid-boss.
That was only a mid boss. Again, you're getting a lot of value for this. Again, I think a lot of people. I don't know, man. The response for this game was A, not a lot, and B, a lot of people were just not impressed somehow. I think a lot of people were turned off by the visuals, but not the gameplay.
Why? Because it's not super crisp like HD.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think they look as good when they're super crisp. I'm very biased
Like
towards the older.
Dreamcast shmups.
Yeah, like I find those hard to like actually see and like determine what's what. Well, shmups just get no love.
Well, because we don't have.
I'm a huge fan of Platinum, and this was everything I wanted and more. So I'm super happy with this. I went to limited run and I got the physical versions that will come out later this year. I am hyped for this. I hope. And we're ending on this in the shmups. So if you like shmups, definitely check it out. Oh, the other thing was the price. It was a little pricey.
$40,
It's
I
$40.
saw.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think shmups. Oh, that's a $10 game. I'm not going to pay more for a shmup. But again, this is a AAA developer. And not that they couldn't produce it for lower, but
But
I
you're
mean,
not
it's just-
talking about a 3-round kind of three level rounds where there's no depth. This is
This has
lots
caravan
of
modes.
replayable.
Again, that story mode DLC, which is fully voice acted, just in Japanese, and it's really good. The voice acting is good. We need to do some formations. Again, so much to manage.
Well, I think the other thing that shmups of over the last 20 years have going against it is it's just there's no randomness to it, right? It's the same thing over and over again, and people have been now conditioned to like if it's
The
not
roguelikes
procedural and all this other kind of stuff, it's worthless because why would I play it again? But like that's one of those things for shmups for me that is very.
So are you saying the chase culture for high scores has kind of died?
Well, the arcade. I think
not
arcade
even
is.
The
that.
arcades have died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is the high score chase has died, but I think it's just a case of we've been conditioned to expect a different experience every time you play the game, and for me, it's very reassuring and comforting to like.
Well, it's all about
memorizing.
It's
and,
the memorizing, the skill building, and again, this has got not. I'm playing on easy, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't consider this easy. I'd
No.
consider this normal.
But like getting to those games and going through them over and over and just punishing yourself to learn it, I enjoy that. Like that's one thing I like about them that I don't get out of some of the other random procedural changes every time games. Like I don't know, I suck at it. So
All right. So Ryan
So I'll do this to
is
slow down
apparently
time
not out of the game
and build some meter.
because he's just put in a donation for $1.11.
Ooh, I lost.
And it says, "May the odds be ever in your favor."
Thank you.
As we sit at 48, 81, 11.
how do you do that moving so
Yeah, it is again. I have out of all the shmups we've played today, this is definitely the one I've spent a lot of time in. Oh, come on. These guys are just bullet sponges.
Those.
There we go.
You're doing some
Yeah.
power-ups. We're on stage 3 of this boss.
Really noted.
Well, because he's in this formation, he wasn't taking any.
Yeah, I was like, why wasn't he just getting burnt to a crisp?
I did lose a shield there. Oh, that was
That was
enemies off the screen.
That was
Come
cheap.
on, I'd just like to be. Yes, all right.
That was a 3-stage giant boss. Like multi-billion-dollar aircraft.
I will say the scaling here is looks a little.
Yeah, that was another complete.
Odd.
Everything in the game is actually a 3D model, just
believe
turned
it.
pixelated.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were saying like, you can tell when you move the ship, the pixels aren't the same.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I get over that. Could it be better? Absolutely. But
It makes me wonder why they made it that way.
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah. But I
See, again, I think you get into a lot of this is really just an homage to the genre that's not really being made anymore.
yeah.
For people who love it. I mean, and we see a lot of competitive shmup play in like speed runs and score runs online, but it doesn't get the old school arcade love, and that's kind of unfortunate.
What do we have after this? We've got 5 minutes left.
We do have 5 minutes left. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Oh, do you want to get the
we have
camera
the brunch
positioned?
show. Yeah. So we
We'll
our
get the
next little
brunch show.
break.
We have a 30-minute show. We're going to talk about prizes and what's coming up next.
And I'm gonna go grab some brunch.
And I need to. I have a lot of coffee inside me. Let's put it that way.
Thanks. I think.
Duly noted. All right.
All right.
Good to
Actually,
know.
are we at
Dramatic mode.
Oh no, are we? I was gonna say there is a level that's Terra Cresta. Essentially, you're on Terra, and it's the same song as in Terra Cresta, but within a minor key because Terra has been taken over. Now we are on.
But you know that?
I know
Like
that.
you heard that and you said that's in a minor key.
So
Yeah.
Mama Figment put in a donation for $10. Glad she's joining us again this morning. And John had to put in a donation for $2.89 with the comment, just gonna even that up right there.
I'm gonna go ahead and fix that right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that for you. Let me adjust that number just a little. So the battle in the even the odds has not been resolved. Neither side has ceded victory to the other.
The secret bonuses are like going through things and certain things, but I don't have them memorized. Like if you go through a tough corridor or something. I got this.
And for those joining who maybe didn't hear it earlier, we are actually still doing a match. We are? Anything donated all the way through.
Why am I not donating right now?
Anyway, through the shmup block, I will be matching 1 for 1.
You can't donate and shmup at the same time. Yeah, somebody donate my name. I'll pay you back.
Jared's name, and he'll also.
I need to
donate.
take Sean's money for charity. Oh man, I don't have any shields left. Oh, I lost the ship, so I'm down to 2.
All right, so this is the first time we've seen you with less than 3 ships. So we're sitting about 4 minutes to the end of the block.
There we go. Do I have formation meter? I do. Now we've got what were bosses, mini bosses before. They're just now enemies.
And how many levels are after this?
I think this is the halfway point. I think there's 7 stages.
So this is a pretty long.
This is a long game. To go through one run, it can take easily an hour. And the last level has like 3 bosses. The final boss is absolutely bonkers.
All right, Ryan's firing back with a $2.22 donation. Too fast, too furious. Puts us at 48.86.22. That's like all even numbers, by the way, just in case anybody's paying attention.
That's a lot of even numbers.
So let's see if we can just keep it in all odds versus all evens. So you got to get us to 5,000 really fast to make.
All right, are we close to 5,000?
We are close to 5,000.
Guys, we are at almost the halfway point. We need to get that up to 5,000 before 11 o'clock, because 11 o'clock is... Well, actually, 11 o'clock is...
That's beverage block, isn't it?
Is halfway through our marathon, or no, more than halfway through our marathon.
Yeah, we're already.
We'll be
past
12
halfway.
hours left. It'll be 2/3 of our marathon. I got to do math while shmupping, while doing mechanics. I'm doing it.
And
So we
mostly
need. Let's
succeeding.
get do it for me, guys. I would really appreciate if we get up to 5,000, and then we've got 12 more hours of content to go.
And John, by the way, says,
Also,
"Get good, Jared. You can donate and play at the same time."
can we get a shout out for our night crew that I don't think we've acknowledged them this morning.
They're
but
sleeping right now.
They're sleeping, but they were up all night doing crazy stuff, playing dancing games.
I did that
They danced?
last year. That's a
They ate Taco Bell. Somebody waited in line at Taco Bell at 2 a.m. for an hour. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. Waiting for Taco Bell just sounds horrible.
But shout out to them for keeping it alive during the night.
And I'm gonna have to do math when this is over to figure out how much I have to donate.
You are going to have to do math.
I just took money from your wallet.
Wow,
so.
Brian suddenly just shot up in the polls, by the way. Because Brian put $50 towards himself in the shmup poll.
You're not even playing. He's like, yeah, I got it. I could do this. I could do
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I could do this.
He's like, yeah, Sean's not spending enough money. Here's a $50 donation.
I haven't spent Sean's money in a long time,
That's
so
true.
it's overdue. Making good. Catching up.
You know, a fool and his money are soon parted, but I can be foolish for good reason.
All right, we almost done here? I think we are.
And
We're the
then
boss.
Alex
You gonna let me
popped
do
in
the?
for another 20?
You gonna let me do the boss here, or should we
Nope,
cut
do
it
the
over?
boss.
Do the
We
boss.
are
Boss.
$4 short.
Oh, I should
$4.
I didn't pay attention.
$4 short of 5,000. Well, we have to go.
5,000.
We have to go. Come on.
$4,956.20.
Come on, guys. I'm gonna play until you get those donations in. Oh my gosh, this is him fully charged. This is Charlie's Angels full throttle right here. Huh?
Why did you want this level to suck? Exactly.
Drill.
Oh, the night crew's back up from their short nap.
Wait, the night crew's in here? Oh my.
Some of us
Oh my goodness.
getting ready for the break show.
The break show. Okay, let's get this boss.
And we are still not at $5,000, people. $4.
$4 will get us to $5,000. Come
Think of how
on,
many
guys.
meals $4
Please.
generates.
$4 will generate. What is it? 40 meals?
Yeah.
Because of what feeding. This is all for Feeding America. Please, guys. Please, 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 please get some $4 in.
And $4 actually only gets us to $49.60.
That's less than a gallon of gas.
But I'm
Yeah.
going to keep doing bad math because I went to art school and we're $50 short actually.
Oh, we're $50.
Well, that's a little
That's different than
Holy-
$4, Sean.
No, we're $4 short because I'm going to match us to get us to 5,000.
Okay,
as soon as
Sean's
I
going to
can.
match us. He's doing his math
So
here.
wait, okay. So what does somebody need to donate?
Yeah, what does somebody need to donate right now?
We're already over 5,000. It just hasn't
It just hasn't shown up. So
yet.
thank you. Wow, we're over 5,000, just not on the meter yet.
Because I have to do my matching, and I can't do that until after this block. So
All right, we beat the boss. Let's get set up for the morning show. Thank you, Morning Toast, for the shmup block.
Thank you for inviting me. That was fun.
because we've got at least $100 in matching coming.
Yeah. All
So-
right. We'll be back. We'll do a commercial break. Sean's going to hit a commercial there. Let's do number 3, I think. Commercial folder.